vision of the agricultural sector development strategy is a food secure and prosperous nation. So the words which are the key words is food secure and a prosperous nation. Of course, prosperous to inculcate the idea that agriculture is also about incomes, it's about livelihoods. The mission of the agricultural sector development strategy is an innovative, commercially oriented, modern agriculture. So this should be taken as if the form of slogans that we in the agricultural sector would want to use. Innovative, using the modern type of thinking and so forth, commercially oriented and modern agriculture. That is the mission that the agricultural sector development strategy that was developed with your suggestion embraces. A strategy is to put together. Where do we focus? Increasing agricultural productivity, commercializing agriculture, and making agricultural enterprises, all of them, as competitive as possible. The next thrust is development, developing those factors and managing them so that they can contribute properly and sustainably into the productive process.
The livestock sector, we know well, contributes to 12% of our GDP and 40% of the agricultural GDP and 50% of the employment in the agriculture labor force. About 60% of the livestock population is found in the ASL areas, which constitute to about 80% of the total coverage of the country. It is estimated that 10 million Kenyans living in the ASL derive their livelihood mainly from farming livestock. Services cannot be fully achieved if we don't improve on the capacity of human resource. The strengthening of mechanisms to improve access and affordability of inputs is a key challenge that we are looking at, that without those inputs we cannot achieve beyond average.
Ours is to manage, conserve, develop, exploit, and utilize fisheries resources in this country. And our mission is to facilitate the sustainable management and development of the fisheries resources and the products for accelerated socioeconomic development. We provide an enabling environment for the development of the fisheries sector. We also enhance sustainable production of the natural freshwater and marine water fisheries. But I think we need to deal with this by more training and also improving the certification process of particularly having private sector hatcheries and the private sector participating in fish feed production. Then there's the whole issue of fish trade. Recall, recently we woke up one morning and the headline news in the nation newspapers was that fish farmers from Kiambu have a lot of fish and they have no market. And after we underchat with fish farmers in Kiambu, we realized that the problem is misidentification of the market, merely because we've been exporting now patch to the European Union. We can't wake up the following morning and every farmer wants to export fish from his fish fort to the European Union. So we have a local market where Kenyans are still not eating fish.
The land subsector has been a notorious one in the country of Kenya, in the history of the country called Kenya, for very many reasons. But I'm glad to report here that since becoming part of the sector on agriculture, a lot of improvements have been made. And I'm one of those who do appreciate the sector-wide approach. As many of you may be aware, having been in the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, we carried out a huge reform program under the sector-wide approach enhanced revenue collection due to improved accountability measures from 2008, when we were collecting less than 800 million shillings a year. That's about $10 million. As we speak now, during the last financial year, 2011 to 2012, we collected 9.2 billion Kenya shillings. Why do we cry for land? Why do we cry for ownership? It makes a difference. I would like people to start crying for access to land. I want to do something on this land, and I can't. And then we can be able to see which land can you access. Maybe Mary is doing nothing with her land. Can you access it? You do your business, and you come out. This would completely transform the way we deal with that.